Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the stage the 1987 Women's Cross Country Championship team. Kathy Dargy, Trish Faulkner, Ula Hansen, Liz Jones, Silverado Socrates, Beth Tarasik, and unable to join us tonight, Robin Meager. Congratulations. And Trish Faulkner is going to come say a few words on behalf of the team.
We were going to take a selfie to start with. Is that okay? Come here. We only get to do this once. We want everybody in the background. Come on in. Jeez. Get in. Okay, sorry. We're just pulling an Ellen DeGeneres. This will be up on our Instagram page. Okay, I have to put my glasses on. So first of all, thank you everyone, and good evening athletes, coaches, and supporters of our Vikes. First off, I want to thank the University of Victoria for our nomination and induction tonight. This is truly an honor for us here. To be together after 30 years is actually quite the blast. Second of all, don't worry, I will keep this short. I've been to almost 30 of these Vikes dinners and banquets, and I know better to drone on and on, so I will keep it very short and to the point. Let me tell you a little bit about this team. In the video clip, Keith and I talked briefly about how talented this team was outside of UVic. Besides being top varsity athletes with CIU, CIS, or as it's currently known as U Sport, many of us competed for Canada at various championships, including World Cross Country Championships, World Outdoor, World Indoor, World University, Francophone Games, international track meets all over the world, road racing in Asia, and a real highlight for us was Robin, who's not with us tonight, who competed at the Olympics and earned a silver medal at the Commonwealth Games here in Victoria in 1994. And we talked about the day of the race. In terms of the day of the race 30 years ago at our Nationals at Beacon Hill Park in 1997, none of us can actually remember details of the actual race because what you athletes will find is over the years they all kind of blend together. So the only thing we can recall about having that event at our home turf advantage was the fact that we had the support and we had the family, friends, neighbors, and Vikes supporters all over the course that were cheering for us as we struggled for air in the race. But it was something that was truly something magical for us, and I'm sure some of the athletes who competed here last November felt the same way. And that's basically what we remembered of the day of the event. So it brings us today to here. So we're 30 years later. And this, like I said, this has been such a pleasure to see our former teammates. Notice I didn't say old. And not just this group, but some of the men's team are here tonight as well. And obviously we're inducting a legacy of the men's team as well. It's like nothing has changed since we were athletes, except, as I mentioned to some of them earlier today, was the pains in my knees as I walked downstairs and that kind of thing. But it is really like nothing has changed. And I think, just as an example, I think we haven't seen Beth in 30 years. It was really, when you see your friend and you haven't seen them in 30 years, it was quite the emotional experience. And I said I wasn't going to cry up here. But anyways, that kind of will get to my message of what I'm going to talk about. But before I get to my closing, I did want to mention that Brent and I are both proud supporters and contributors to the Vikes program, as many of our friends are here tonight as well. And by giving back to this program, I feel more connected to the legacy of the Vikes. And it's what's enabled us to be here tonight when other supporters took up that challenge for us 30 years ago. I do want to encourage all of my Vikes alumni to consider doing the same, either by purchasing a breakfast seat or by making small monthly donations. Let's keep the legacy of the Vikes alive. Finally, in closing, I do want each athlete in the room to look at the Vike sitting beside them, and I want them to look at the person sitting across from them, and I want them to look at all the Vikes that are in this room tonight. Those are the people who you will remember for the rest of your lives. It's not the medals you won or the records you broke that you'll remember the most. It's your teammates and Vikes friends. And you guys stop talking, because this is true. It's your teammates. These are the people you're going to remember in 30 years from now when you get together on a stage like this. Some of these people are my closest friends, and they have been till this day. In fact, I married my husband, who was my teammate. Oh, look at, he's all embarrassed. Maybe you guys will find your certain person here. You never know. Anyways, that's what I'd like you to take away from your years as a Vike. That's the legacy. It's the friendship you have. And as they say, once a Vike, always a Vike. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.